The top 10 signs of a narcissist. I hear this question a lot. And I'd like to start off with saying, firstly, you know when you meet a narcissist because you get this tingly feeling in your stomach and you're a little confused and you're going, is this real? Is this grandiose person real, or are they just giving me a bunch of bullshit? One of the top 10 characteristics of a narcissist is when you first meet them, they're extremely charming. They will promise you the world, the stars, and the moon, and they will deliver absolutely nothing. The second indicator of being involved with a narcissist is when they disregard all rules and laws. So they may park in a disabled parking spot, they may not pay their bills, they may be rude to servers, probably won't even pay their taxes. Keep your eye on these things because they don't believe they have to follow the rules of the everyday, ordinary person. Another sign of a narcissist is that they don't like to live in the real world. They live in a fantasy world where they truly believe that they are above the rest of humanity. And they believe these grandiose ideas of living a charmed life where people will give them what they want, and then they get very angry when things don't go their way because unfortunately none of us can live in a fantasy. Another indicator of a narcissist is they have low to no empathy for humans, animals, and nature. So you might find a narcissist who is throwing trash out their window of their car, not feeding their pets, and treating their family horribly. Those are good indicators of figuring out if you're with a narcissist. Narcissists love to be in the center of attention. I'm sure we've all experienced this when we're at a dinner party or at a work event and there's one person who is over-talking, not listening, and desiring to be the center of the attention. And when they're not the center of attention, they will leave, they will pout, or they might even throw a little temper tantrum. Another indicator of a narcissist is that they are extremely competitive. And they will not play by the rules. They will cheat. They will steal, and they will do anything to be identified as the winner. Another indicator of narcissism, and if you're in a relationship with a narcissist, you're most likely in a narcissistic abuse cycle. This is where they love bomb you, then they discard you, and then they bring you back in by love bombing, and you're just stuck in a circle and you don't know how to get out of it. So by identifying a narcissistic abuse cycle is the first way of getting out of narcissistic abuse. Narcissists rarely apologize. And if they do, they'll say something like this: I'm sorry, but you made me do it. Okay, I'll apologize, but I know I didn't do anything wrong. They will justify, and they will make you pay for their apology in very confusing and odd ways, and you'll feel it in your gut that it wasn't authentic. One of the top indicators of narcissists is that they feel that they are above the law, and we call this grandiose. They believe that they can show up for work late, they can disregard other people's feelings, They can cut you off in a parking lot and then give you the bird. These are just some gestures of grandiosity with a narcissist. Narcissists use their victims as pawns. They have low to no empathy, and they do not feel bad for you. There's no amount of explaining or justifying how you may feel in a situation with narcissism where they will understand and change their behavior. Narcissists, if you're in a romantic relationship with one, believe that there is a perfect love. That is holding their partner up to standards that are unattainable and painful. If you're in a relationship with a narcissist and they are holding you to standards that are basically unrealistic, you might be with a narcissist. Narcissists are afraid of being abandoned. That is why they use so many control tactics to keep the people in their lives managed and manipulated and under their power. Narcissists are also afraid of appearing normal. This refers back to the grandiosity. They don't want to fit in society in a normal way. They expect special privileges. They expect people to give them what they want. And basically, they're just unreasonable, unkind human beings. Another indicator of a narcissist when you're first in a romantic relationship with them is they will make you promises of an extraordinary life that they can't deliver. And it will seem confusing and unbelievable, and it's because it is unbelievable. Follow your gut when you're dealing with a narcissist, and if you feel those butterflies, they're not telling you you're in love. They're telling you to run. In a romantic relationship with a narcissist, the first thing they will do is idealize you. They will say, I know we just met, but I love you. I know you're the person for me. We should spend the rest of our lives together. Let's take a trip this weekend to get to know each other better. This is called idealization and love bombing. They really don't want to know who you are. What they want is for you to portray all of their ideas of what the perfect person looks like. And if you mess up, you will pay dearly. You will be discarded. That is what idealization looks like in a narcissistic romantic relationship.